We are here for race 4 of the 2022 Customs Cup season here at the Dover International Raceway in Dover, Delaware. Today it'll be the 31 Custom Cup drivers as we go to our first of 2 visits to the Monster Mile this season. It is our first of 3 mile track races this season, the other being a 1-race stint over at Loudon, New Hampshire. Today, at the Monster Mile, the drivers will have to tame this 1 mile, high-bank, Bristol-like if it was twice as long, oval as they'll race their way around this very entertaining racetrack for the first time of 2 races this season in the 2022 Custom Cup. Grayson Getz currently leads the point standings. Can he continue his good season in points? He hasn't won a race yet, but he has been very consistent. Expect for him to be up front today, as now we're going to take a look for our drivers to watch for. He was 9th fastest in practice. He rolls off 2nd on the grid today. That's Alan Hansen and the number 8 Chevrolet. Will he be able to get by our pole sitter today from Dover? And our pole sitter, she's been fast all over the place this season. It doesn't matter what track we've been at. That's Barb Hansen, ready to try to get her first win of the season at the Monster Mile, Dover International Speedway. Now, we're going to go trackside for the command to fire the engines from Dover.
Drivers, start your engines.
There's the command. It'll be 17 laps for the drivers in stage number 1. Stage number 2 will be 30 laps. And stage number 3 will be 33 laps. It'll be Barb Hansen and Alan Hansen on the inside line, getting ready to go from Dover International Speedway. The field doing their 1 pace lap they need to do around this 1 mile oval. Another quick reminder, caution speed is 45 miles an hour today. As always, it's the same 31 car field we've always had in this Custom Cup. As we are just about ready to go from Dover. As the field is going to come through turns 3 and 4, the pace car is off into the Geico restart zone, and the green flag is about to go in the air. A green flag in the air at Dover. The jump's going to go to the outside line, to the 8 car on the outside lane. Now the 24 on the inside line is going to get a shove back as they're going to work their way into turns 3 and 4 for the first time today. Across the stripe after lap number 1, the 24 of Barb Hansen leads the first lap of the day. Now off of turn number 2 for the second time. Down the back straightaway, the field's going to come into turns 3 and 4 for the first time. And the 24 of Barb Hansen out front over the 6 of Dave Hansen, and the 8 of Alan Hansen is the rest of the top 3. Into 1 and 2 once again. Now they're going to work their way down the back straightaway. Here's the grandstand camp. We're going to use this today if the drivers are running on the front stretch. Now off of turn number 4, here comes the 24. Back through the field, the guys up front are starting to get separated, but back here, they are all over the place. And they might wreck soon. Now about our points leader, the 21 of Grayson Getz. Not having the best day. Running outside the top 25. That is a first. As we check our scoring table, you see number 21 right there. And he has shuffled still in 27th. Fastest lap so far today is the 12, running in 4th. Top 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, top 8 cars, single file. That's going to turn to the top 10 single file now. Maybe top 11 if the 43 can clear the 9. And easily cleared. Back up front, the 12 to the inside of the 8, trying to get third. Not going to get it this time, but that 12 car is pretty quick right now. But so is that 24 car. But the gap has leveled off at about 3/10 here. They are getting pretty separated, though. A lot of single file action right now. In the back, they're still partially side by side, but pretty much the entire top 20 is in a side by side right now. There's a really close, almost spinning out the 01 there. All over the back bumper of the 01. A little bit of a checkup there in the corner for the 43. Now the 01's going to have a little bit of a run here through the corner. As now back into the corner, they get it all figured out. Now the 24 is still out front. The fastest lap is still the 12's. But how about the 15? He's the fastest car on the track at the moment. Him and the 12 have the exact same fastest lap time. Those are the two fastest laps of the race. No cars have really fallen off the pace yet. They're just not keeping up with the leaders, but they're not like dropping back pack. As we take a quick peek on our points leader, who isn't going to be the points leader the way he's driving right now, the 21 of Grayson Getz. We'll take a quick peek at the 21, and are soon... There he is right there. Running 24th. And is about 3/10 off the leaders. He is catching those 23rd place cars though, as they're going to work their way on the lap, down the back straightaway on lap 13 out of 80, almost to the end of stage 1. Pretty quickly here as expected. It was 17, but the next couple stages are going to be the ones that take a while. No cautions yet in the first stage, but the field is pretty close. The guys are really drafting close right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if you get a caution at stage number 2. Down the back straightaway, out of nowhere, now the 12 to the inside for third. Definitely going to get third, maybe even going for second. Into third goes the 12. Does he have the tank to get past the 6 and take second in stage number 1? I don't know if he's going to have it. He's going to have 2 laps next time by, and he is sending it really deep into the corners. His car is just keeps better at sticking to the inside lane. The fastest lane at Dover here right now. The 6 has the preferred lane, but the 12 has the fastest lane. And now a big run off the corner by the 6 there. Going to be coming to the last lap of stage number 1. Why are my forced cautions gone? No stages today, I guess. My forced cautions are gone. Weird. So we're going to have to keep racing. As they're going to work their way on the lap 18 out of 80. There goes the 12 to the inside of the 6. He's going to have to hurry up, because that 24 car is starting to build quite the gap. In the second he goes, now it's going to be time to run down that leader. The lead is 0.66 seconds, so about 6.5 tenths. Down the back straightaway, you can already see how much faster the 12 is than everyone else. He's already pulling away from the third place car and is slowly gaining on the 24. He just ran one of the fastest laps any guy has ran with these no tires. There is a pit stop these drivers will have to make today. At least 2 of them, I think. And as soon as I say that, now the 24 is going to come in, but no one else. Okay, he's bringing a couple guys with him. So some of the early comers coming in is what it's going to look like. Depending on when you stop, it's going to probably be a 3-stop race, maybe 4, depending on the way the fuel plays out. But we're going to have a fuel mileage race from Dover. And now here comes the rest of them. I don't think anyone is staying out now. Yep, they're all coming in now. Here come the slow cars. And here comes everyone else down pit lane. The 24 is going to have to make it all the way back around the track, though. Is everyone down pit road? Are we going to be able to get here without any issues with cars hitting each other? So far, so good on the pits. Cars are still pulling into their stalls while others are coming out. And there's a big hit there, the 6 and the 8. 24 is off pit road. But will he make it back around to the 8? I think he's got to make it back around to the 8. 12's off way ahead of the 8. But where is the 24? The 24 is easily going to beat them. Not even going to be close. The 24 is going to have a huge lead. Going to be at least a 2.5 seconds. The 6 isn't getting off pit road. That's not a good thing. And the leader is 1.44 seconds ahead. And the car behind him, though, is hungry to catch him and has a very solid, could win the race car. Interesting battle here for 6 with Ethan Hansen and Kane Caldwell. The outside lane gets a launch off the corner. On the new tires, I think the outside is the way to go. As the race leader, running some of the fastest laps of the race right now. The guy behind is not gaining. He's lost 0.2 in the last lap or so. In the lap 26 of 80 here. As they're going to work their way. There goes another car coming off the pits. Finally, it took forever to get off pit lane. Yeah, the 6. Oh, we got a wreck! The 25 into the inside wall. That is Ben Hemmer. Don't know what happened to him, but the yellow flag is out and the field's going to be back close together. I have to find out what happened to the 25 here. Off the corner, off turn number 4, he just got loose. And then he just hit something. I don't know what he hit. But that car just launched into that inside wall. At first it looked like he was just going to hit it, and then he just hit something. Yeah, he hit oil or something. So there must have been a leak on the track. Or a tire went down, because he just turned and hit the wall. Go on board with him here. He is one of the guys that we have it on board for today. First, we'll get the cockpit angle, and then we'll get like a rear front angle view. So here is the cockpit view for him. Yeah, he just hit something. He spun around. Really, he just snapped around. The driver behind him, this is the next best angle. He's in the inside wall when he comes off the corner. Now we can get a bumper cam for him. He was racing in a decent pack. No contact, just slid it off the corner. And then he just hit something. And he is still parked in the pits. So he hasn't called it a day yet. Not any visible damage. I think they're repairing the car is what they're doing here. As finally coming off the pits is the 6 of Dave Hansen. He has no shot of winning this race, though. And all the pacing laps here. Pace car lights are still on. How did the 5 get in the lead? What did the 5 do? Did we get another pit stop or something? But somehow the 5, how did he pull out ahead? Did he have a good stop strategy? Everyone else pitted again. They must have thought now was the best time to get tires, so the 5's going to have an interesting strategy here. Whatever it is, if he wins this race, now we know why. I guess we can kind of say this is the end of stage 1. And the pace car lights are off. Any cars a lap down will line up. Which is, at the moment, 2 cars a lap down. Yeah, look at that. Puncture for the 25. The tire went down. So it won't be a dead last finish for the 6. But he's not going to get a very good finish. Pace car is going to peel off into the pits. Off of turn number 4. The pace car is into the general tire restart zone. And the green flag is back in the air from Dover. Green flag's back out in the air. It'll be 49 laps to go now. What can the 24 do? He has the better tires, so does, where is the 12? Bad stop for the 12. How much does it affect him? And now the lap car is going to go to the outside. That's going to really slow down the 24. The 5 is going to get a little bit of a run here. He doesn't have any freshies, though, for those tires. He doesn't have fresh tires. That's going to be an issue. There's the 12 car. Is he turning quick lap times, or is he going to have to... He's definitely still got that speed. He's going to blow the doors off the 30 here. A 30 is going to get a run off the corner. I think the outside's better than the corners. If he still has... Oh, wait. Grayson Getz has the fastest lap of the race. Where is he? There he is, up to 17th. He's sneaking his way up through the field here. He started back in 28th. Grayson Getz starting near the back. He's coming up to the front. Starting position 26th. He's up to 17th here. Three wide up front. 11th, 12th, and 13th going 3 wide. The 15 is there too. Gonna go to the outside of all of this. With the 12. Gonna shove him up there. 12's gonna have the best line here off the corner. Doesn't get the launch off the corner this time. He got a little bit too far up. This time he gets a little bit... There's the launch right there. Up into 11th. He'll go. And the Palm Springs 500 winner, he has not had his name called much in these races. He has really fallen off after Palm Springs. He's up front in the 3rd position, trying to get by one of our championship contenders. Yet to get a repeat winner. And the way it's going, with how good this 5 strategy is, he's going to have to make one less stop than everyone else. That's really good if he doesn't get too many cautions. That's going to work out for him if he gets a caution. Really well, actually. I think the strategy with the 5 was hope you get a caution, which I don't know if that's going to work. It might work in the long run. But once the 24 gets by this lap car, it's all over. And you can tell because one of the lap cars is faster right now. He's actually putting up some of the fastest laps of any car on the track right now. He's going to unlap himself by a little bit too here. The big battle on the track is coming, though. Here comes the 24 and the 9. And don't count out the 2 lurking in the background. He's to the bumper of the 5. Has the same line as the 5. Smart enough to stay out of the way. Do we get 3 wide with the lap car? The 3, he's going to leave the middle open. He thought about slingshotting it through the middle to the halfway mark of the race. Now guys are going to get desperate. There goes the 9 around the outside. The 24 stuck behind the lap car. Does he peek to the outside and block the 9? Look how deep the 9 can get into the corner. That's the problem. The slow cars can't get that deep into the corner. The 5's going to stay in front of it here. There goes the 9 to the inside. Lap car, who does he pick to block? 9 falls back in line. We're pretty much all single file here in Dover right now. Now the 5's going to make his pit stop. So the strategy in the end won't work. Unless he gets a caution right about now, it's not going to work. Look at the 2 on the outside now. Where did he come from? Out of nowhere. The 2 trying to get his first win. The 24 trying to get his first win. The 20 and the 9 now. Look at the 20 now. Trying to get his first win. The underdog wasn't expected to be up front money at almost at all this season. Kane Caldwell's running 5th. Matt LaFleur unexpectedly having one of his first good races of the season. We've had a mixture of underdogs, or long shots, and title contenders up front right now. Obviously, the title contenders being the 24, the 9, the 20, the 2. But the 45, the 17, the 30, you don't just see those guys up front that much. The 27, Will Hansen, running a little bit better than normal. I mean, the door is wide open with all of these superstars that lap down or pit strategies here. The race length and the tire wears really made this an interesting race. Is he going to stay on the lead lap, though? The 5 is going to be 2 laps down off the pits. And the race leader, if this 02 car, if he gets by, he's going to pull away. I can tell you that. Until the 12 is going to need time to get up there. And here he comes, getting by another one. I have a sniffle right now. Does he go to the outside here? There he goes. Oh, the 30 is going to pit. He's up in the 9th. Oh, look at a couple cars pitting. Our race leader's going to pit a little bit earlier than expected. Do the other guys come in next lap, or do they wait on it? I think they have the tire wear. If they pit now, they have to pit 2-3 more times. They pitted about 10 laps ago, but here they all come. Everyone's going to pit early. Oh. Is he going to wreck? No, he's going to be able to fit on the yellow line. 1 car stays out. Obviously, the 5's going to get all of his laps back. Does the strategy pay off? Everyone has to go below pit speed now to avoid wrecking everyone. The actual pit speed's 35. When they're side by side, they just have to go slower to check it. That's the good thing for the 5. He's going to gain time in the pits just because of how slow everyone has to go so they don't hit each other. 24 just barely beats the 20 off pit road. Did 12 get a good stop? That's what's been killing him on pit road. 12 just pulled into his box. First car off the pits is the 24, but he does not have that much more speed than the race leader. The 5. I don't know how it's going to work out, this strategy. Can he get... The 24 is going to be up to speed by the time he's off of turn number 4. And that 24... The race leader is the 9. He had a great stop. Gets off in the lead, but how long does he hang on to it for? Because the 24 car... And now, look at this. The race leader, after all of this, right back out front, but this time, the pit strategy works. He has a 4-second lead now. Already the 24 going to work on the 9. What a shakeup the points would be now. One more stop for the 5, but he has the strategy of the day at the moment. The 24 keeps trying to go inside. Inside's not going to work right now. As we're right just past the midway mark from Dover. The drivers haven't been really close together all day, but we've had some really entertaining racing for the most part. We have guys all over the track now with lap traffic and stuff. We'll go helicopter now. Aerial coverage here from Dover. The separation between cars right now is pretty high, though. No side-by-side racing right now. The 9 and the 24 still going at it. Is he gonna go to the inside here? There he goes. There goes the 24, and the 20 thought about it. 9's gonna have the preferred lane. Does the 24 get him? Able to slide up in front of him just barely. A risky block by the 24. Makes it work. But now he has a car almost a whole straightaway ahead of him to catch. There goes the 5 right there. Now we have to wait and see how long. There goes the 24. The gap down to 3.3 seconds. At this rate, he'll catch him. But it's going to come down to strategy play, too. If you pit on lap 65, that's your last pit stop of the day. If you pit now, you have to pit one more time. So that's what's going to be cutting it close. Because if you pit now, you have to pit an extra time. And you can really see tire wear getting to the car. He is losing time pretty quickly here. And these guys are really catching up to that lap car now. And these guys are running some really solid lap times. What happened to the 12? I don't see the 12 numbers on that leaderboard. What place is the 12 running right now? 14th. And there he is. One of the fastest cars on the track right now. Racing Get is coming, guys. And so is that 24. The gap now to less than 2 seconds. Right around the 2 second mark, he has cut the lead in half in almost 5 laps. So tire wear has been a huge factor here. I think this is about the cut line right around here, where if you pit now, you can stretch it to the end. If you wait, it's even better if you wait a couple extra laps, though. It's going to be the 5 or the 24 that wins this race. 5 would win because of strategy. The 24 just has the speed, straight up has the speed to do it. But that gap, you can't call it big anymore. Even the lap car's catching up to him. We'll go on board with the 24. And you can see the gap. You can see the 5 going to the corner right there. And now the 5's going to take his pit stop now. So the 5 actually might have to pit again. The way his strategy plays out. I wouldn't be surprised if the 24 comes in this lap. No, they're going to stay out. So the 5's going to lose a lap here. Maybe more. lap car, though. That 02 has been a problem for the 24 all day. The only reason why he hasn't steamrolled the field is that one lap car. Look at the gap for the 9. The lap car slows down the 9. Now it's down to just under half a second. 24 is going to get him here, I can tell. Just not going to have the run down the straightaway. So now it's going to come down to pit strategy. You pit now, you can make it to the end. So the fuel window is wide open for anyone who needs to take their stop now. I don't think we're done with stops yet, unless you really, really, really need to save. Like, if you're desperate for points, or need points really bad, if you're someone like Kane Caldwell, I would say try to stretch it to the end, see if you can play a gamble and get the win. Because this guy is never up front. So points are crucial for this guy if he wants playoff chances. Although he is running some very solid lap times. No one's faster than 24 right now. Who is running 22.1s right now, or 22.206. Oh, and here comes some pitters. Can the 24 make it to the end? Because he's actually waited a lot longer to take his stop than most other guys have. Because the way it plays out, if he can stay on, which I think he's going to come this lap, that's what I would predict. Yeah, here he comes. And is he bringing the 9 with him? Yes, he does. This is it. This is the biggest pit stop of the race. This is going to determine who wins this race, if your green flag's top. Now what about the 5? He already pitted. Him getting it's not out of the question. And some guys have a chance to race their way back around. '24's into his box. Some of these guys are going to get back around and unlap themselves. But can they get back around twice? 2 tires for the 24. Easily going to beat the 9 off pit road. But some guys racing their way back up to speed. Like the 20 might come back around by him. Or the 5. Don't count out the 5. He could race back around and get them. The 24 is going to be safe, though, it looks like. The 24 is in front of the 5. And that's how it is. The 24 has a second gap on the 5. So now it'll just be drive away from the 5 and the 9. And the 5 has the 24. He's going to get helped by that traffic in front of him. I mean, behind him. Because the 5 and the 9 now have multiple cars to pass just to get by one car, technically. The only car that counts. After all this, Grayson Getz running 6th, Kane Caldwell running 4th, Ethan Hansen 3rd, and the 5 of Ron Stone, who I don't think he'll stay there with the way. Oh, look at this! He ran down the 24 there a little bit. The gap's .24. If he gets around these lap cars, he's gonna be able. He might catch him here. He gets by 1. He needs to get by the Kodak car right here. Gets under it. The 5 might have some new speed. Maybe adjustment on pit road. I don't know, but the 5 has some good speed here. Didn't get the Kodak car there. Does he go under it this time? Not gonna get there. The car's not exactly slowing him down either, and now there goes the 24, getting the speed back. So many top 5 finishes for the 24. So many heartbreaking second places. But after all of this, if the 5 can't get by here, within the next lap or so. It's just going to be too late. He needs to get the 4. There he goes to the inside. Can he get the 4 in this corner? It's not going to happen. He doesn't have the speed. Doesn't have the car engine power that the 24 does. Yeah, looking like a second place finish here for the 5. And that'll do it for today's race. I think the 24 is going to have some smooth sailing back around. Into turns 3 and 4, coming to 3 to go. It'll be not a win, not an easy win. I thought the 5 was going to have it with the way his strategy work was really playing off. He just had the right idea and the right strategy. And so, 2 laps to go now from Dover. Coming into 3 and 4. Barb Hansen waited 3 races before this, had so many up front finishes, not wins yet. But on the white flag, finally gets the statement saying, you need wins to win the championship. That's just the way the playoffs work. You need to get wins. Because that's what locks you in. And off the final corner, that's just what the 24 is going to do, is lock herself into the playoffs at Dover. The standings up there on top of your screen. And the 5 will take second, the 9 takes third, Caldwell 4th, LaFleur 5th, Getz 6th, Chris LaFleur 7th, 8th is the 31, I don't even know, I think that's Sabota. 31 is Sabota. 9th is Simser, and 10th is Stone. That wraps up another excellent weekend of racing from Dover. The 24 takes the win here in Dover at the Monster Mile. Next week, we'll take it to some short track beating and banging, but we cover the track and the brown stuff. It's the Bristol Dirt Track next week.